Now, we already went through the automation of this reverb that's on this lead chain. So I've shown you that I've used this reverb as an effect, as a creative effect to, diffuse all of these leads right here before we go into the breakdown. So we have that piece of automation, happening, bringing it up. Now, what I want to do is show you how I would actually sidechain all of this, since you might have noticed that all of this time the bass is playing together with the kick drum, but we got to this lesson. Now we're going to take care of that. So we're going to take care that the basses don't actually interact with the kick drum, and if they do interact with it, it's going to be dynamic also. Once we have the kick, we're going to, duck the bass and the sub, so both of these parts of our bass drum. That's a given. Now, I think that after that, everything's going to sound more pumpy, more clubby, something that you can actually relate to, in this kind of 4/4 club music. Okay, so let's get on. I'm going to actually duck everything off of the kick drum, of course. So I'm going to add a compressor onto the bass track right here. Sidechain. I'm going to use the kick drum. For the sidechain, I'm going to EQ it so that it's short, because no attack. Yeah, let's try that and let's see the shape of that sidechain actually. Okay. So we did that on the bass already. Done. Let's hear that with the kick drum. You see that pumping dynamic? That's what we want. Now I can just take this compressor and control and drag it also onto the sub track. And now I've copied it. So I have it right here, and I also have it on the sub right away. So let's see what it sounds like on the sub now. Nice, so it's ducking the sub every time we have a kick drum. Okay, one other thing I have to sidechain this right here. Yep, I want the same thing right there. I'm just gonna copy it like this, holding control, dragging it to this track too. Let's hear that now. Nice. Even from the beginning, you see all of this screaming with these basses, this one too. You see that also gets ducked. Nice, we can even duck it even more, like that. Nice.
Serious. Serious. Serious.
Now what I've noticed is the decision I made on lowering everything, the lower frequencies in this sound right here, I actually want the opposite. So now when I play it with the entire song, when I have done all of this, when I added this sidechaining, I see that the decision was not good, but I can actually recognize it. I can recognize that this is something that I don't like.
Serious.
Okay, that's better. That's much better. Now, one thing I also want to do right here is this. I want to sidechain this entire thing of all of these synthesizer, everything all together. And I know this sounds silly, but I have to do that because I think it's going to sound more dynamic with this kick drum in the beginning right here. So I'm going to sidechain that off the kick drum, but not as hard as all of those. On this sound, I need more reverb. Even more. Yeah, like that, but make it quieter.
Serious.
Okay, this vocal is too loud. And that's it. I think this sidechain compression has really helped glue all of these together. And the final thing, I have a limiter right here. I'm just gonna limit my track and make it a tiny bit louder. Now that will be it. That concludes this final practical example lesson for audio processing.